Don't wake up with the regret of what you couldn't accomplish yesterday. Wake up while thinking about what you will be able to achieve today. A very good morning to one and all present here. Today is the very first day NEETO. With immense pleasure, auspicious beginning, I, Dhruva Joshi, on behalf of whole IEEE MBIT student branch and MBIT family, enthusiastically welcomes our Honorable Principal Ma'am, our speaker for the day, Dr. Sameer Rohadia Sir, our diligent faculty members, and all the fellow participants to the very first webinar on future of data analytics of AGNITO, a grateful. Praying to the Almighty is a must before doing any work. So for a holy and peaceful beginning of the evening, let us all pray to the goddess Saraswati so that she showers her blessings on us. Thank you. Now, for a great beginning of the huge event, we need a great motivator as well. So we would like to hear a few blessing words from our Honorable Chairman, Sir.
At the outset, I greet and welcome you all for this webinar series. As you are aware that Chapter has been serving the society through education for more than 75 years. The government of Gujarat has granted private university status to Chapter Vidya Mandal. As a result, the CVM University came into existence in September 2019. Now the CVM University has 19 constituent colleges. We congratulate the organizing team for planning this webinar. I wish this webinar will be a learning experience for all the participants.
Thank you, sir. I would like to take this opportunity and introduce our principal, Professor Dr. Archana Nanoti ma'am. She has nearly 22 years of academic and 5 years of industry experience. She has published more than 25 research papers in international journals. She has also authored a book and delivered expert talk in various national international conferences. She has served as expert for research proposal evaluation by DST Government of India, fetched grants from various agencies like AICT, DST, etc. Recipient of 100 Most Dedicated Professors Education Leadership Award, Woman of Excellence in the Field of Education and Boys of Nagpur Award. Now we would like to hear some kind words of our principal ma'am.
A very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all at this E-Faced AGNITO organized by IEEE SB. There lies opportunity in individual. This has been realized by IEEE SB, MBIT. They have been organizing various activities and events throughout this lockdown period and making most productive utilization of this. I wish a grand success to this E-Faced, and I am sure it is going to be very interesting and learning experience for all of you. I welcome today's expert, Dr. Sameer. I am sure that this session is definitely going to enlighten all the participants. Once again, I wish a grand success and congratulate IEEE SB in there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to introduce our speaker for the day, Dr. Sameer Rohadia sir. Dr. Sameer Rohadia is currently working as the data analyst and IT trainer in Germany. He has done his bachelor's in electrical engineering and have pursued BA Information Technology Management from Mr. Sameer has also pursued master's degree in data science from University of Bologna, Italy. He has a very strong experience of 15 years in teaching field and 5 years of industry experience. Mr. Sameer is providing clear guidance, learners in solution and creating e-learning of big data and advanced analytics. IEEE MBIT SB is such an esteemed speaker. Now I would request Sir to commence the session further.
Okay, so uh, are you able to see my your presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and voice and everything is fine, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so good morning everybody, and yeah, I'm Dr. Sameer Rohadia, currently presenting this webinar from a city, small city in Germany that is known as Hanover. Hanover is famous for the different trade fairs. Yeah, we are having one of the world's largest trade fair ground over here in Hanover, and yeah, many trade fairs are organized throughout the year. But currently, because of the coronavirus situation, things have stopped, especially for the trade fair. But other things are now open. Great. So first of all, I would like to thank the team of NBIT IEEE student branch, and also my dear colleague, Dr. Adnan Anoti madam. We had worked earlier together in one of the institutes in Baroda. So I still have very good memory with madam. And yeah, regarding the IEEE, like before I start the topic, like I would like to share my experiences of IEEE. So when I was doing my Bachelor of Electrical Engineering from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, MS University of Baroda, at that time I was very active with the IEEE student branch of yeah, Faculty of Technology, and I was also in my last year of my engineering. I was also the treasurer of this IEEE student branch, and yeah, before we took this, I would say this whole task of managing the student branch. So at that time, like I'm talking about like 96, 97 year, yeah. So in that 1996, 97, the student branch, the membership was very low. We were like just 20, 25 student members. And then our coordinator, uh, Professor Dr. Chudasama, so he gave us a task, like we were total 4 people, 4 friends, and we were given a task that either we close this branch or we do our best to have more number of members. So then we worked together, so we took different positions, and then we started working, and then at the end of our final year, we were having more than 100 members. And, I hope that it is still continuing over there. So IEEE, there is a lot of good memories here. Unfortunately, once I left engineering and then I went to the management area, then I could not continue with IEEE. But yeah, uh, it is one of the very, very reputed institution, and yeah, they are doing a lot of activities. So it is my pleasure again to be part of IEEE, and especially this. Yeah. Great. So let us start today's presentation. So what is my idea that I'll be presenting whatever I know in this data and analytics, and then I'll be presenting it for roughly around 35 to 40 minutes, and then we'll have the question answer session. So I would definitely encourage you to ask more questions, yeah? And within that stipulated time, I will try my level best to give you the best answer. Yeah? Okay, so as you all know that today's topic is future of data analytics. So already Madam has given some brief background, but let me support with some more little bit of data because I'm data analyst, so data is always required. So both my engineering and my MBA, I've done it from Analyst University of Baroda, and I did my Ph.D. from GTU. Yeah, my topic was on ERP implementation. So you can say ERP was my first love, yeah, and currently this big data is my second love. Then I completed this master, so now this going for a second master, it was a little bit of challenge because I was already having a permanent job as a professor in India, especially in Baroda. And then 2016, I thought that okay, let me do something different. Okay, so because I was not happy with that routine task, so then at that time I was hearing a lot of things about big data. So I thought that okay, let me go for a real full-time master program. Although at that time these online courses were available, but then I thought let me go for a proper master program. So already I had visited Germany 2 times as a part of the faculty student exchange program. So I was knowing very good about Germany, but the problem with the master program in Germany is that it is of everything is of 2 years. Okay, so it is good for those who are young, but at the age of 41, I decided that I should not spend 2 years in my master's program. So then I went for this 1 year master program in Bologna. Okay, so normally it is spelled as Bologna. So Bologna Business School, University of Bologna, and this is just to give you a brief background that this university is the oldest university in the whole world. Okay, so earlier we were having Nalanda and Takshashila in India. So after that, this is the oldest one. Yeah, but Nalanda and Takshashila they are not currently in existence. So I was very fortunate enough to do my master program. It was a full-time master program, so I left my family in India and then I came over here to do this thing. Okay. Total 20 years of corporate and business management teaching experience. Last assignment as content manager. So after I completed my master's, then I came to Germany and I did my internship because it was part of my master program. So I did my internship from Continental company. Yes, so Continental, you must be knowing that it is mostly famous for the tires, Continental tires. So I did my 6 months master internship over here in Continental in Hanover, and there in the internship also they wanted to have a person who can conduct trainings in the area of big data. So they saw my profile as a professor earlier. So then this internship was a very good learning for me. And then later on, I started working as a content manager, training and community. And now since last 5 to 6 months, I am now a freelancer. So currently I'm conducting this IT training. Also I'm doing the freelancing data analyst job within Germany. Then when I was a professor, then I have gone to different universities within Germany, Poland and Slovenia, visited 15 European countries. I attended some programs, conferences and all those things in India and abroad, and published more than 15 research papers. And finally, it is I received some awards also for teaching excellence. Great. So now let us start. Okay. So now in this area, that is this data analytics, there are many words which are very similar, or I would say they are synonyms of each other. Yeah. So before we deep dive into what is big data or what is this data analytics, let us start with this particular quote, that is, without data, you are just another person with an opinion. Okay, it was given by Mr. Edward Stanley. Now, what does it say? So it says that whenever, say for example, if I'm giving you some information, okay, and then if you as an audience, if you are having a doubt, definitely you will ask me that on what basis you are giving us this information. Okay, so then I have to say that okay, based on so and so data, I am giving you this information. Okay, I process this data and then I got this information and I'm sharing it. So this is what is today's world. Okay, without data, you cannot survive, and you cannot just give an opinion. Okay, but opinion is different because in opinion it is not supported with the data. Okay, so that's why this statement is very important, and that's why now we are hearing lot of things about this big data and data analytics, business analytics, all those things. Yeah. Now, whatever I'll be explaining you some of the terminologies, okay, maybe some of you must be already knowing, but currently for this webinar, I'm assuming that you don't know anything about big data, okay, because to make everyone on the same class, that assumption. So, and I'll explain you in a very, very simple manner. Yeah. So with simple examples and like that. Okay. So now the question comes that what is big data? Okay. You have heard already about this terminology. So now, before we define big data, I would like to show you that why this term is now important. So as you can see in the presentation that this is 1 minute on internet. Okay, the title is 1 minute on internet. So here, this is for this year, that is 2020. Now, what it is showing us that within 1 minute, or I would say 60 seconds, Facebook is having 1.3 million logins. Then this is, yeah, Snapchat, you know. So different, these are the different, I would say, the social media where this is what it is happening in 1 minute. Okay, on YouTube, 4.7 million videos are viewed. Then so many apps are downloaded. So many things are done in Instagram. So many people are tweeting. Okay, so if this is the thing in 1 minute, now you multiply this thing with number of like into 60, then number of hours, then number of days, then number of year, number of months, then uh, we are creating a huge amount of data. We are the culprit of this. So uh, this is what is like earlier, if I would say like 10 or 15 years back, this was not the situation. Okay, because the social medias were not so active at that time. But nowadays, everybody is active on social media. And currently, I'm taking this session, you are attending my session, but I know that some of the people, they are still viewing their what is there, something on WhatsApp, they are taking their WhatsApp messages. So, it is still active. Okay. So, this is what is the reason for this big data. Okay. That huge and huge volume of data are created every day. And now the point is that the companies are having data or big data, but then they have to analyze the data so that they can get valuable information out of it. Now the another thing which is contributing to this big data is Internet of Things. Okay, IoT we all know. So that is the short form. So in uh, basic, I would say language or layman language, what is Internet of Things? So here we can see that there are like in every area nowadays the devices are used. Okay, so we are having the security and surveillance cameras, then we are having the energy consumption, then agriculture automation is also there, then we are having this different monitoring system, okay, mobile, M2M and all those things, smart homes and smart cities. Okay. So all these things, all these areas, they are using the smart devices. Okay, and whenever you are using the smart devices, it means that you are creating lot of data. So, what is Internet of Things? In my term, Internet of Things is that it is a network of all these devices. So, if you connect all these devices together, then there is easy exchange of information. Okay, so if you are having currently, I'm providing you information, so I'm exchanging the data with you. So I'm exchanging with you, and then when you are asking me questions, then you are exchanging the data with me. So what is the this is the network where we are creating this kind of exchange. And that is what we can term it as the Internet of Things. Okay, this is in a very simple language. Technical language is totally different, but I don't want to use it now. Now here it says that the birth of Internet of Things. Okay, so why this Internet of Things again it became popular. So here in this chart you can see that in the year 2003 the world population was 6.3 billion and the connected devices were just 500 million. Okay, 2003. So just like 17 years before. Yeah. Now here in 2010, okay, just within a span of 7 years, what happened? Things totally changed. So the world population increased from 6.3 billion to 6.8 billion, and then the connected devices you see from 500 million it jumped to 12.5 billion. Okay, 12.5 billion. So this was a big jump. Okay, an exponential growth it was there. So below you can see that how many connected devices are there per person. So in 2003 it was just not even, yeah, zero point 0.1, okay, or yeah, approximately zero point 0.1. But then in 2010 it was around 1.84. Okay, so what does it mean? That around like two devices were there per person approximately. Yeah. Then 2015 it was 3.47, and then in 2020 currently approximately 6.5. So today, like, many people they are having two mobile phones, then maybe one or two laptops, then some iPad. Okay, even your Apple Watch or those things are also part of this device. Okay, they are all smart devices. So on an average nowadays we can see that around 5 to 6 devices minimum they are there with one person. Okay. And this is the reason that when you are having more number of devices, then more data will get generated, and that's why we are talking now about the big data. Now again, when we define big data, still we have to see that what are the different types of data. So we are having structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. Now what is first of all, let us see what is structured data. So in structured data it says well-defined content. So here structured data says that it is to be uh, structured data is the data which you can put it in those tables. Okay, so let's say we have seen the Excel. So in Excel, we create a table and then we are having rows and columns. So we can segregate the data into those rows and columns. That is what we mean by structured data. So these are the examples of structured data: customer data, sales data, sensor data, etc. They can be easily understood and it can be stored in an RDBMS. Now RDBMS it stands for Relational Database Management System. Now I'm not going into detail what is RDBMS. Those who are from the computer background they can very well understand it. But currently you can see that structured data means the data which you can put into tables that you need. Then the opposite thing is unstructured data. So here we are not having any structure. So say for example images, video, all those things, NLP or natural language text. Now whenever you are having an image, you cannot divide that image and put it into some table. Okay? An image has to be taken as it is. So earlier when this social media was not popular, then this point of having the unstructured data was not there. Okay? But nowadays most of the people we are using this YouTube, and then we are creating videos, we are creating images, we are putting some posts on Facebook, on Twitter, and all those things. So what is happening that nowadays this unstructured data has increased like anything. So today, if I talk about big data, then if I divide this big data into these three types of data, then 80% or more than 80% of the data is now unstructured data. Okay. And now companies want to analyze this, especially this unstructured data. Okay. So this is what we mean by unstructured data. And then in between, we are having a semi-structured data. Now, semi-structured data means it is a combination of both. So it is having some characteristic of structured data, it is having some characteristic of unstructured data. So let's say for example email. Okay, email is the best example for semi-structured data. Now in email, what is the structured part? So whatever we write on the top, like if I want to send you an email, then I write down, okay, to so and so. Okay, so there I write down the email ID. Then there is a subject line. If I want to send the email to multiple persons, then I put those email IDs in CC and GCC. So this is your structured part. Okay. Now what is unstructured part? Unstructured part is what you write down below. Okay, whatever you are writing that, hello, how are you, and I'm having this problem, or whatever you are writing in the subject area, the below the content, then that is known as unstructured data. Okay. So that is what we mean by the semi-structured. It is having a combination of both structured data and unstructured data. So now what is big data? So big data is defined here. Let me read out this thing. Big data is defined as a term which handles the combination or also single parts of volume, variety, and velocity of data with cost-effective, innovative forms of information processing to enable enhanced insight, decision making, and process automation. Now it's a long, I would say, definition, technical definition. Let me explain you with the help of this chart. So here you can see that this big data, it is consisting of three V's. Okay, we have velocity, volume, and variety. Actually, it is having more than three V's. Okay, but this was the initial definition of big data. Now, what is this first V? Volume. So whenever we use this term big data, when this word big is written ahead of this data, it means that there has to be a large volume of data. Okay? So here it is showing us that currently we are having terabytes of data, yeah, but now we are moving towards betabytes of data. Okay, so there are, let's say, we are having this megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte. So we are now having huge volume of data. That is volume. Second one is variety. So in variety, it says that we are having, earlier we were having mostly structured data, what I talked about, that putting the data into tables and rows and columns. But now we are having a variety of data. So we have structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data, like that. So in big data, we have variety. Then the third one is known as velocity. So in velocity, it says that the rate at which the data is generated. So earlier we were having the batch, batch data. So like we were taking the data at some regular interval, but now we are having streaming data. Okay, so we are having a continuous data. So as I said just now that though we are having this webinar and we are all involved in this webinar, but that doesn't mean that no data is generated. Okay? Data is still generated. You will still receive lot of WhatsApp messages currently. Okay? So this is what we mean by big data. So big data, now important thing is that, let me come back to this definition, that this is important, the first part. Big data is defined as a term which handles the combination or also single parts of volume. So normally people have a perception that big data should have all these three V's. Okay, it should have volume, it should have variety, it should have velocity. But this is not the case. Okay, sometimes it happens that if the company is small, then the company may not have large volume of data. Okay, but company may have a variety in the data. Okay, or there are some companies which can have only velocity. Okay, so even if you are having one V out of these three V's, then also it is still called as a big data. Okay, so this you should remember. If you are having all the three things, okay, by default it is big data. But even if you have one V or two V's, still it is defined as big data. Okay, I hope that this is clear. So this is a small cartoon, and yeah, it's a Valentine's Day, and then say that okay, now here it is shown in the cartoon, but this is going to be a reality. Okay, so when I got married, like 16 years back, then at that time, yeah, we all know that it could be. fully match करवानी थी and बड़ा ग्रह जो आना होता. But nowadays, I think so. This is what is going to happen. Okay, so whenever two people are coming together, then they will use some data analytics to see that how much compatible they are. Okay, earlier we were having those goal, કેટલા ગુણ મળે છે. Okay, out of 36, કેટલા minimum 18 હતા, passing માટે 18, and maximum was 36. Okay, 18 કરતા ઓછા થઈ જાય એટલે you are fake. Okay, so you cannot go with that partner, that person. Okay, so minimum 18 and maximum 36. That was the criteria. But now, with the help of big data, so what it will do, that it will try to analyze all your activities on social media plus your educational background, and then it will match those things there plus your hobbies and all those things, and then it will say, okay, you are this much percentage compatible. This is what we are seeing in Amazon, that customers who bought this item also bought this item. Now I'll talk about these three terminologies, and then I'll come back to the main thing. So, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Okay, now what are they? Now here in this definition, you can see that deep learning, this is the smallest part. It is under machine learning, and machine learning is under artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the umbrella, yeah. And under it is having machine learning, and under machine learning we are having deep learning. Now those of you who are knowing this three terminologies, great. But those of you who are not knowing, just I'll explain you in a very simple example. So what is artificial intelligence? If someone asks you, now as the word suggests you that artificial intelligence means the intelligence which we are putting, okay, we are creating that intelligence. It is not a natural intelligence, it is an artificial. So there are many, I would say, our machines which are nearby us, and we are using those machines, and they are having those artificial intelligence. The best example is that our automatic washing machine. Okay. So once we press one button, then the washing machine does all those processes. Okay. So here I have taken one example of apples and oranges. So here it says that now you assume that we are having some apples and some oranges, and they are all mixed together. Now we want to separate those apples and oranges into two separate baskets. So we have created a machine that is going to separate these apples and oranges. Now, how the machine will separate these apples and oranges? Okay. So we have to provide data to that machine. So what kind of data we have to provide to that machine? We have to provide the data, first of all, let's say for example for apple. So we have to say that, okay, apple is red in color. Okay. It is having this shape. Okay. So whatever the characteristics of the apple are there, that data we have to submit to the machine. Also, we have to submit the data for the oranges. Okay. The orange is like this color, it is of this shape, like that. Now, once you provide the data to that machine, and then if you start that machine, then machine will take one fruit. It will see whether it is red in color or whether it is orange in color, and accordingly it will take the data. But it will also see other characters. Let's say in simple words, what we mean by artificial intelligence. Okay. So we are putting the intelligence into the machine, and how we are putting the intelligence with the help of the data. Now continue with the same example. Now what is machine learning? Now what happens that now in oranges, even in case of apples also we are having different varieties of apples, but especially in oranges there are different varieties, and one of the variety which is similar to orange, that is known as tangerine. Okay, so tangerine is similar to orange, but it is not exactly orange. Now, say for example, in our that fruits basket, we are having some tangerine also, and plus we are having oranges also. And now we want to separate that oranges from tangerine. Okay, already the apples have been separated, but now we want to separate the tangerine and oranges. Now initially if you are just providing the data of oranges, then that machine will try to segregate all those tangerine and oranges into one basket. But now we want to separate it. So how we can do that thing? We have to provide more information about that, how is tangerine looking like and what is the difference between tangerine and orange. So if we provide that data, more number of data to that machine, then maybe initially it will happen that that machine may commit some mistake. Okay, so it will try to put the tangerine into the orange basket. But when you provide more and more data, so what happens that the machine tries to learn from its mistake. Okay, and how it is learning? That you have to provide the data to that machine. Okay, and then machine becomes smarter. Machine can very well differentiate between the tangerine and orange, and then it will separate them. So this is what we mean by machine learning. Okay, so machine is trying to learn from its mistakes, but that for that you have to provide more data to the machine, then only it can learn. Okay? And the last one is known as deep learning. So here, deep learning, it is like as the word suggests, deep learning means it is more additional learning. So here, let's say for example, if I'm eating an orange, then I would like to know that okay, from where this orange has come, when it was plucked, what is the this is the blood. I think it come from China. It's lost with this. This kind of data, you want very specific data for a particular orange, then you have to provide more data to our system. Okay? Because this data, it has to be feeding. Okay? It will not come from sky. So it has to be feeding to the system. So this is what we mean by deep learning. So we are going into detail of that system. Okay? So I hope that these three things are clear. We have machine learning, artificial intelligence, and deep learning. Now let me now look into the timing. Come to the point. Okay. Yeah. Big data or data analytics industry overview. So first of all, I'll be talking about that. What is the situation of big data in India, and then I'll also talk about Germany. So big data, the analytics market in India. Okay, but now it is possible now. Increasing data generation at the level of organizations. So organization also the data is getting generated, and compelling business need to maintain competitive edge. So nowadays there is also a lot of fierce competition among the companies. So for that, if you want to sustain yourself in that competition, then definitely you require data analysis. Tools for analysis are getting better. Okay, so earlier, if 15 years back, if someone would have thought of analyzing the whole data of a company, it was not possible. But now we are having great tools to analyze this data and increase awareness of the process of data analysis. So in India also, especially the major companies, they have already started doing the data analysis, and now even the medium and small enterprises are also thinking of using the data analytics. Future of data analytics in India. So it says that India is currently among the top 10 big data analytics market in the world, so that is very good for us, and it can come in the top 3 market in next 3 years. The analytics market is expected to reach $16 billion by 2025. Okay. So from 1.2 billion to 16 billion. Okay. India will have 32% share in global market, and the demand will increase. Okay, so nowadays big data is used in almost every area. So you name it, and there the application is there. Okay. Now coming to the last portion, that is what is the data analytics opportunities in Germany. Okay. Now, currently, I'm living in Germany, so I focus more on that. But overall, what I've seen in Europe, that here the big data or this, yeah, especially the big data area, this has been here since last 4 or 5 years. Okay, so it is also still new, especially in Europe. Okay, so welcome back, and yeah, there was this small technical issue, so don't worry. So I'll start from this last topic which I already started, but then was not able, so you're not able to see this thing. Now I'll be talking about what are the career opportunities in Germany. Okay. So here, like in Germany and the European countries, what I've seen that big data is here since last 5 years. Okay, if I talk about the real big data market. So still, I would say that big data is over here new, and that's why there is lot of opportunities over here for people who are getting trained in India, and then if you want to come over here, there is a huge market. Okay, and especially Germany now it is open to. They want to have a lot of people in IT sector, especially, and they know very well that the Indians are very good in IT. And yeah, definitely what I've seen over here that they are having a very good respect for the Indians, especially for this IT skills, I would say. Yeah. So here you can see that the currently the maximum opportunity is for data analysis. Then we are having machine learning, Python, data scientist, deep learning, R, researcher, and math. Okay. So now I was not able to show you one, or I would say that let me show you one video where it is talking about what is the difference between these three positions. Like say we are having data analyst position, then we are having data engineer, and then we are having the data scientist position. So let me show you a small video which will highlight all these three things. Mansi madam, are you able to hear this voice?
Yes, sir. It was
Okay.
audible.
Okay. Okay, so as we have seen in that small video, so data analyst is, I would say, the starting position for anyone who wants to enter in this area. And data analysts, they do not require arts or programming knowledge, I would say. If you are having it, it's really good. But the data analysts are more focused on the data visualization. Okay, so maybe after this presentation, I'll show you one tool. Maybe you must have heard about the tool that is known as Power BI. So I'll show you a little bit about Power BI. So that is what is data analyst. So data analyst, like anyone can become a data analyst. Okay, they should have little bit of knowledge of data cleaning and data visualization, and then they can really use that yeah, tools. Then comes the big data engineer. So big data engineer, they are the people who are really, I would say their role is similar to the database administrator. Okay? So they are the person who are doing lot of data cleaning, maintaining the data. So they are always in the background, but their role is very, very important. So you must have heard about the tools like Hadoop, yeah, and all those things. So that's why that is the role of a big data engineer. And then we have the third one, which is coming at the top, which is known as data scientists. So data scientists, they are the people who are like all-rounders. Okay? So they should have the knowledge of everything. They should have very good statistical background. Yeah, they should know maths also. They should have very good programming skills, and plus they should also have very good knowledge about the databases. Okay, how to handle those databases. So that's why if you have seen the last part of the video that it was talking about the salary. So on an average, the data scientists they get around 120,000 US dollars, yeah, in US I'm talking about. Here also in Germany and European countries it's around yeah same 100,000 euros. Okay, so in India also data scientists are getting a really really good pay. Okay, now here in this Germany, this is the map of Germany. Uh, Here this big blue dots which are shown, they are all the major cities. So here we are having Berlin, then this is here I think the Düsseldorf, then here this is Cologne, then yeah we are having Frankfurt and all those things. This is Stuttgart. Here yeah this is Frankfurt. This is Munich. Yeah yeah. So all these major cities there they are having huge opportunities for the data analytics. And this is the German data analytics market. Yeah, so as you can see that it's growing every year and still it will grow more and more. Now, this is what I wanted to show you in this that small presentation. Now, before I take your questions, let me show you this tool known as Power BI. So this is Power BI. Yeah. Now what is Power BI? Okay. What is BI? BI stands for Business Intelligence. Okay. So Power BI is a tool of Microsoft, and it is known as a data visualization tool. Okay. So already we have used Excel, MS Excel. So you can say that Power BI is a big brother of MS Excel. Okay. So already if you are accustomed with MS Excel, then it is very very easy for you to shift to this Power BI. And this is much more user friendly compared to MS Excel. Okay. So I think last week only I conducted a 5 days webinar where I taught really this tool. Okay, starting from the scratch. Okay, so if you have just heard about Power BI, if you have never heard about Power BI, no worries. You can definitely learn this tool in a very very quick manner. Yeah. So I conducted almost like 10-hour session, and it was divided into 5 days. And I taught how to clean the data first of all, or I would say first of all the first step is to how to connect the data with this tool, that is Power BI. Then how to clean the data, and then how to do this kind of visualization. Okay, so here we are having this is known as line chart, this is known as clustered column chart, and here on the right hand side you can see that we are having the three tables. One is related to age group, second one is related to regions, and then third one is related to population. And then I have prepared this kind of visualization, and then you can see the interaction among the visualization. Okay, so say for example, if I click on this Asia column, yeah, then you can see that on the left hand side, I'm having the Asia line. Likewise, if I click on Africa column, Europe column, yeah, North America, accordingly you can see that this visualization is changed. On the top, we are having one kind of a filter. So if I make it to 2010, okay, if I want to have from 2010 to 2050, accordingly this data will change. Okay, then we are having this some more visualization. Yeah, this is known as a tree map. So currently, maybe for most of you, you feel that okay, yeah, it is difficult, but when you really start doing this thing, then definitely it is very very easy. Okay, I would strongly recommend you for this tool. And plus, the best part of this Power BI is that the normal version of Power BI, it is totally free of cost. Okay, there is no trial period, which is normally there in the other tools. It's totally free of cost. You can use it for lifetime. Yeah. So this kind of visualization we can do, and this is what is the I would say the part of the data analysis. Okay, we can connect the data, we can clean the data, and then we can do these kind of visualization. We can also transfer this visualization on our PowerPoint, and then we can use it very well. Okay. So that's all from my side, and now I'm ready for the question answer session. Yeah. Anybody who would like to ask questions, yeah, they can either write it in the chat box or they can ask me directly. It's up to you. Yeah, Nancy madam.
Sir, we had one question during our YouTube live session. I have written that question in the chat box.
What are the data validation methods? Okay. See, to answer this thing, it will be little bit technical and it will take more time. But what I would like to say that maybe if you are interested to learn this tool, Power BI, then definitely we can have a separate webinar, and it will be, I will, as I mentioned earlier, that it will be a series of webinars. So there I can really show you practically that how to do the data validation, how to clean the data, and how to visualize the data. Okay. So currently, even if I talk about all those things, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, because if I show you, then really you will be able to understand. Yeah. Any other question? Normally, I say that if you are not having any question, then either it is clear or it is all clear. Clear means whatever I have told you, it directly goes into your head, and all clear means everything has gone out of you. Yeah. So I hope that you were able to understand my presentation, and still if you are having any questions, yes, I'm ready to answer. And yeah, later on, if you are interested in learning this tool, let me know, and yeah, I'll be happy to help you. But looking to this topic of data analytics, I would say that uh, this is the right period to jump into this area and go for it. And yeah, especially if you are in the computer science background, then don't feel that okay, I'm knowing Java and that is enough for me. No, knowledge of Java is good, but then side by side you try to develop your skills in these areas also. Okay, because nowadays companies want to have an all-rounder. Okay, you should know about the programming, you should know about the databases, you should know about the data visualization tools, and then slowly, based on your experience, you can become a data scientist. Okay, step by step. That Salaries and all those things, they are great, but for that you require, like it requires a lot of hard work. Yeah? So that's why you are all young people, and then work hard for it. And nowadays you cannot say that, okay, I'm not able to learn because nobody is teaching me in the college. Okay, nowadays there are many of the this online platforms which are available. Okay, I personally I learned from Udemy. Yeah, so it was really great for me. So Udemy courses, they are very cheap also. Like 400, between 400 to 500 Indian rupees, you are getting a full course. Okay, of 5 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours, 14 hours courses. Okay, so along with your normal studies, I would strongly recommend you to go for these kind of courses. Yeah, which can enhance your knowledge also. Plus, you can tell the people that, okay, I've done this thing, I've done that thing. Okay, so because everybody may have the qualification of Bachelor of Computer Science or Computer Engineering, but then how you differentiate yourself from others, that is important in today's market. Any other question? Later on also, if you are having any question and if you want to get connected with me, definitely I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, yeah, Twitter and all those things I'm there, but I'm not using that much. But yeah, I'm very active on LinkedIn also. Yeah, if you want to ask later on any questions also, feel free to connect to me. And yeah, let us get connected. Let us be in touch with each other. Okay. So, Mansi madam, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Dhruva?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We regret the inconvenience caused due to technical errors. This was a really useful and informative session. I would like to thank each and everyone who has directly or indirectly contributed in making this session a successful one. Now I request everyone to join us for the MBIT anthem followed by the national anthem.
कर्तव्यों का बोध कराती अधिकारों का ज्ञान शिक्षा से मिल सकता है सर्वोपरि सम्मान
Jai Jai Jai